Ballroom is gay Hollywood.
It's a chance for us to get dressed up, walk the runway, show who we are, and feel fabulous for a night.
For that one night, sometimes you can forget about everything going on at home. It's therapy.
When you walk Ballroom, it's truly a dog-eat-dog world. And if you're able to be successful and make a name for yourself, hooray for you.
Ballroom was created because main society rejected us. We created Ballroom for our own safety, for our own sanity. We're a subculture within a subculture, within a subculture. But it's our home.
It is a movement. It is a resistance from the church. It is the resistance from toxic, abusive families who did not accept us. It is the resistance of toxic, abusive neighborhoods that refuse to accept us. It is resistance from schools that we know were going to be traumatic every single day we went there. It's a movement.
Ballroom actually saved my life. Ballroom has took a turn so fast, it's blown up overnight. And I mean, everybody went in.
Vogue has hit #1 on the charts.
We have Pose and My House, and we have all these other outlets that's like spotlighting us. Celebrities is having balls, celebrities is coming to balls.
Nobody knew that Ballroom would blow up and be this popular because it was so underground. If you was not a part of Ballroom, then you didn't know about it.
You know what she wants? Don't be shady, be fair. Give it to her. Tanya.
Philly ranked in #3 as far as opening the ballroom scene up. So the first city to host a ball was New York City, the Mecca. Following after that was Newark, New Jersey, and then Philadelphia ballroom scene, 1989. People need to know what happened 30 years ago to keep the city alive for the next 30 years.
This is still all we have. And if we don't preserve it, we're going to lose it.
Tonight, February 2nd, 2019, I present to you legendary best dress presented to East Coast Color, Tatiana Escala.
So a ball is a competition that ballroom houses compete in to win trophies and money.
And this is what we go through for balls. This is what people don't see, the preparation. The scramble. The chaos.
You have a house mother and father, which are the people that run the houses. So basically become your parents. And whatever house you're in, that's your last name to represent the house that you're a part of.
The first ball that I walked was in 1996. This was before transitioning. Transitioning was hard when you are dark-skinned and poor and homeless. Carried a lot of insecurity and stuff with me. But Femme Queen performance was like my escape. It was my way out. How do I define Vogue? Vogue is a unique expression of queer bodies and queer movement, but more importantly, it is a unique expression of Black thought and Black resistance. Vogue is joy. Vogue is freedom. Vogue is life. The components of Vogue: hand performance, floor performance, spins and dips, catwalk, and then duck walk. There's 5 components. But the elements of Vogue is style, grace, precision, attitude, and choreography. I've always loved when I get to a point when I'm performing where I'm not thinking anymore. I'm not worried about being technical or doing the right thing. I just let the music kind of take over, and I've had a few moments in my career where that has happened, and it's probably been the biggest moments I've ever made.
Everybody wants to fucking Vogue. Like, all they want to do is Vogue. Like, that's it. But it is so much more to ballroom than voguing. I want to see the glitz. I want to see the glamour. I want to see the amazing costumes. I want to see all of that.
The category that tends to bring everybody out is Femme Queen Face. The girls are absolutely beautiful. The way they present themselves, I mean, it's astonishing the way they actually pull together.
Face as a category consists of skin, teeth, structure, a nice smile, nose, your eyes, your eyebrows, clean nails, your haircut. Outside of the face, once you got two people next to each other and both of them equally look good in their perspective, okay, what's next? How you selling it? What's your garments look like? What is your attitude giving? Have you commanded the room?
When they would do fashion categories, most of the fashion was being custom made by designers like myself. And those designers were extremely creative, and the outfits were over the top, and it was absolutely mesmerizing. Now you're talking fashion, it's all about labels. So if you're doing the fashion category, you know, you have to have labels. It's all about the label.
With fashion, you pretty much are just selling clothes. Me coming from a runway background, I already had like that arrogance and that like attitude.
The categories I work with, mostly garment categories. Foot and eyewear, high fashion sportswear, head to toe openness. Your look should tell a story. Is it a Miami look? Is this New York chic? Is this jet setter? Is it preppy chic? Is it hip hop? It should say something.
When I first started out, I was just walking butch realness, which is females who look like males and they pass for a male.
Two different genders, but which one of them is representing the male gender the strongest?
Ballroom was the only place where it was not only accepted but revered that I had natural facial hair as a female. So that was beyond anything I had ever experienced. Realness is my life, so it's a lifestyle, it's not necessarily a category.
That's trophy.
That's it, though?
Yeah, that's it. This is definitely my workout for the week. Giving a ball is a headache. It's a lot of work, a lot of running around. You just don't know what to expect. You never know who's coming. You know, the girls are so damn newsy. I am the unofficial mayor of Philadelphia ballroom community. Plain and simple tonight, I'm the founder of the iconic House of Prestige. I've been in ballroom about 31 years. This August, 2019, we'll be celebrating 30 years of Philadelphia ballroom scene.
So, for the new generation that just came out, this ball is about telling y'all the history of it, how Philadelphia started and how it nourished over the past 30 years.
A lot of people think I created Philadelphia ballroom scene, and I had to let them know I didn't. Michael Gaskins was like one of my best friends, which he is the founder of the Philadelphia ballroom scene. He created and produced the first ball here, which was the Onyx Ball, August 1989.
When we first got started, we were new. It was just about getting our name out and establishing Philadelphia as a community where we can have ballroom. Because again, everything was in New York.
Punish the floor and let them know what we're looking for. Face, and more face for the Butch Queen.
Probably around 92 is when people started getting ball fever. The House of Prestige was out, the Korans, the Excellences, the Ferragamos, the Jadus.
Of excellence. Give them both a round of applause. Michael and Frank, excellence.
When I came into the ballroom scene, in the early 90s. The big thing at that time was supermodels in fashion. They was looking for transgender women and butch queens who looked like Naomi and Tyra and those girls who had the high cheekbones and, you know, chiseled noses and stuff like that.
When I first came out, you probably had about maybe 10 categories at a ball at the most. Now balls got 30 and 50. I just started collecting the ball flyers and keeping them ever since. You would think by now I would have threw them away, but this is important. People would be like, well, I was at such and such ball in such and such a year. No, you wasn't, because I got the flyer right here. You wasn't there. I love being able to go back and open up these photo albums and look at these pictures and have these memories of a time that we was youthful and everything was carefree.
A lot of the leaders and stuff don't teach history. Also, the ballroom scene has changed a lot, so a lot of the kids that join now don't join for the same reasons we joined 25, 30 years ago. Some of them are in it for the family aspect, but some of them are in it because it's just like, you know, it's entertaining, I can get on TV, I may can become famous, somebody may hire me. So they don't really care about the history.
This is Renee. She was the co-founder of the House of Quran. She passed away. Renee, that was the queen of Philadelphia. Face, body, realness, sex appeal, the whole package.
Miss Renee, goddammit! Goddammit!
Renee is like the mother of all mothers of Philadelphia. I mean, you can't talk about Philadelphia and not mention her.
Across the board, without a doubt.
You know, it was a time in Philadelphia, the Prestige Ball, when she came off a balcony. There was these steps from the balcony that spiraled down. We was upstairs. I kept saying, they calling your category. Come on, Renee, we can go downstairs so you can walk. And she was like, I'm not going downstairs. And for the life of me, I didn't understand why she didn't want to go downstairs. They was counting the category down. When we turned back around, she was leaning over the balcony backwards. Her hair was hanging down off the balcony. And the crowd was just going crazy. And she was just like selling her face and throwing her hair over the balcony. And it just was a moment, but she always gave you those type of moments.
Renee was the mother of Philadelphia. She was. When we talked about giving mother, we meant her. Everybody wanted to act like Renee. Everybody. Any of us who were coming up and wanted to transition back then, we strive for that kind of preservation. We strive to look that good.
Really haven't been too many transgender women in the Philadelphia ballroom scene that has had the impact on the city like she did. Some of those girls have never met her, and they act just like her. When you can influence generations of girls, and those girls don't even know why they talk and walk and act a certain way, it's crazy. I had this magazine since they published it. Colors did this magazine in January, February of 1995. And I already was in love with her. This magazine made me fall more in love with her. This is her here. The transgender platform was different when I came out. So when you saw girls like her who were so authentic in their realness, which is always amazing to see those girls back then, you know, not just be a category at a ball, but to be living that category in real life.
Renee was living with the HIV virus. She had a very tough time with addiction. Like when we lost her, they hit us hard. They hit the house real hard. I was in the house around 5 years. I left shortly after Renee passed away. For my own mental health, I had to kind of step away and kind of move on and do my own thing. I know that we're at this new place in ballroom and stuff now, but it was real hard for people to embrace our unique womanhood, especially back then. They wanted us to be these submissive, subservient, rigidly defined images of what they thought women should be. And every time we would try to redefine that, we just received so much pushback. And I think Renee, she was just this different definition and needed a different kind of love, a different kind of understanding. Because she was a woman anyway, and she continued to be one anyway. I think sometimes, especially with trans women in the scene, we have to be so strong all the time. Sometimes it's more important to the scene around us to perform than to live. I would have preferred her to live. Young Black trans women who are going to be coming up in Philadelphia need to see who we were when we're gone, what we left in this city, what we left in this world while we were here, and that we were from here.
I don't think Philadelphia's ballroom history has been well preserved. There's so many stories that are like lost because we're in that age of YouTube, so everybody feels like if it's not on YouTube, it never happened.
I'm contemplating that somebody will step up and take over the role as a historian of the Philadelphia ballroom community because it needs to be intact.
I want this culture to be studied. I want to hear about it in college lecture halls. And part of that is them finally admitting that ballroom culture is indeed and in fact Black history. Because we won't be here forever. And there's going to be a new batch, a new breed of fierceness, a new breed of awareness, a new breed of Philadelphia ballroom power. They're going to want to know where they came from. And that's us. And even if people try to X us out, I want us to make sure that we keep record of that. For them. For our future.
These are bloopers. These are bloopers. No one else can. This is our world. We created it. So what we do, we do what we do. It doesn't matter what society has to say. In the next 5 years, it's going to be on somebody's TV show. A complete ball. Now they just have a TV show about ballroom, but an actual ball is going to be on television. Mark my word.